Hi there and welcome along. In this video, I want to talk about three solutions that can help to eliminate burnout for business owners, whether you are a small business owner or you are a solopreneur. In the blog by Startup Magazine, they talked about the fact that 77%, that's pretty high, 77% of business owners, small business owners, are experiencing some kind of stress, high stress level, or even burnout. So when we talk about burnout, we're talking about high stress levels for consistent amount of time. So let's look at how we might be able to eradicate that from our own lives. The reality is that when you're running a small business, you're juggling a lot of things. You're juggling everything. Sometimes you're doing all that alone. Then there is the irregular cash flow. And then there is the no clear end to your work day. My wife always tells me, oh, when are you going to stop working? That's the statement I've heard in my house. So I know what it feels like when you are running a small business and how difficult it can be. But it's not just about the stress. It's the chronic burnout waiting to happen that we need to make sure we eliminate before it gets there. So my goal today is to give you three powerful, practical strategies. As I'm giving them to you, I'm also reminding myself about them. I'm going to give you these three clear strategies. They're powerful and practical. That's going to help us to eliminate this. The first is to go beyond the surface. We're going to go into it a little bit deeper. The second is to make long-term changes. And the third is to tailor these activities for small businesses or a solopreneur. All right, let's get into it. The first one is to identify the real issue. Sometimes if we're not careful, we are dealing with a symptom instead of dealing with the cause of those symptoms. You got to ask yourself some critical questions. Is it the money that is stressing me out? Or is it the clients that are stressing me out? Or is it the employees that are stressing me out? Is it a particular client, or are there groups of clients, or are there particular situations within the business that is really stressing you out? Is it too much admin that is stressing you out? If you can name it, then you can fix it. So the first thing we want to do is to identify exactly what is causing the stress. Once we've identified it, then we need to make sure that we deal with it, and we're going to look at a way to deal with it. But we need to audit our week to make sure that we understand what our prevailing thoughts are. So if you cannot think about what the actual problem is, just think, what are your prevailing thoughts every week? Ask the hard questions. Would better clients or even higher prices, will it remove the stress? Will collecting money earlier remove the stress? Will charging more remove the stress? Whatever it is, ask those questions. Then we need to look at making real changes, not quick fixes, but real changes, which is the next strategy we're going to come to. It's all about redesigning your business around your energy. That's what's going to fix a lot of these problems. Once you've identified what the problems are, strategy number two is to redesign the business around your energy, redesigning it around what works for you, redesigning it around the core of your own being that you brought into the business, the reason why you started the business in the first place, the things that you had planned to do in your business. Because after a while, if we're not careful, we're now engaged in activities that we never really planned to do from the beginning. But if we're working within our own areas of energy, for example, my area of energy is what I'm doing right now, creating courses, creating content, teaching, talking to people. That's my own area of energy. So I can do this all day. But if I start doing admin, I just feel so knackered and tired because immediately it's outside my energy. So I'm looking at my business now and trying to redesign it around my energy again. Don't just chase revenue, protect your energy. Ask what really lights you up. What tasks leave you flat? And you might be thinking, well, yeah, but Boomy, you got to do all the other tasks. Yeah, but you can get someone else to do it and you can do less of it. That's the whole point of redesigning. When you say redesign, it doesn't mean that you abandon important tasks. No, you get someone else to do it. You find ways in which they are better managed than they are right now. Even if you earn more, burnout will still make it unsustainable because it's not something you like doing. Small businesses should be built for stamina and long-term continuity rather than built around sacrifice only. No, there will be times when you need to make sacrifices anyway, but building your business around what's going to sustain you long-term is really important. So in this second strategy, these are the action steps we need to take. We'll simplify the delivery, we'll streamline our process so that we have more time. Then we can automate or delegate parts of the business that we don't like doing. And then finally, another action step we can take is to say no to certain work if it drains us, even if it makes money. To just say no to it, because in the long term, you would find activities that fit with your energy and also makes money for you, because that's what's going to be sustainable. Because sustainability of a business isn't just being profitable. It's about a business that energizes you. Okay, let's move on to the third step, which is about building a micro support system. It's interesting that it is said that those who have a strong social group around them, they live longer, they're happier, they're more loving, they're more energized, they're healthier even. It's really funny. So if you think about people who go to church, they have that social element around them. They have the spirituality around them. They have the friendships around them. And so, yeah, a lot of those people live long. If you look at societies where the culture is extremely social, they live long. There's the same thing with our businesses. We're going to build a support system around us. Have 2 or 3 people in your life that probably give you the most honest perspective about what you're doing. They are encouraging. They help you so that you don't feel alone. And they get on with you with your journey. They understand the unique challenges of a small business owner, and they can advise you on your journey. Everybody needs somebody. As we were talking, I was thinking about Moses. All of us know the story of Moses, the guy who parted the Red Sea. There was one time that he was so tired that 2 of his supporters, the partners, had to come and lift up his hand because he was so tired. All of us need that kind of support. All of us need that energy. And what are some of the actions you can take? Well, getting a mentor is one of them. Having a fellow founder is one of them. You can look at my video that I talked about how to find the right founder. You can find that also on my channel. That's also one of them. And having supportive friendships is absolutely critical to the success of one's business and to remove the chance of being burnt out. So I've given you 3 strong solutions today. Number 1 is to find the root of the problem and deal with it. And number 2 is to protect your energy, which kind of links very well to number 1. And number 3 is don't do it alone. Don't do it alone. Go along with some people that can help you, that can sustain you. It's a great reminder for me and also some of you as well. And I look forward to talking to you again. See you in the next video.